Now, what's your whole name?
Howard Nelson Old Man.
When were you born, Howard?
June the 26th. June the 30th, 1926.
Okay. Today's the 10th, I think.
I thought it was 11th. I told your secretary it was 11th.
Okay. You're on tape 22. Keep that with your stuff.
Okay.
And that tells whoever finds that, like 100 years from now, can go down to the Portsmouth Public Library and see on tape 22.
Tape 22. That's great.
Okay. Well, just let me ask you a few questions. I got your name already and your birthday. Where were you born, Howard?
Duck Run.
Duck Run here.
Out there with Roy.
Were you?
Yeah, he babysat.
Did you know him?
Oh, he babysat with me. I was young.
Oh, okay.
See, our house burned down out there in 1929.
Oh,
my mother got killed. My little sister got killed.
Oh, I see. In that fire?
Yeah.
Oh,
Our house burned down.
okay. Well, then what came of you? What happened to you after this?
My dad tried to take care of it.
All right.
But he done pretty good for, And then when I was 12 years old, I was farmed out to some people.
Okay. Who'd you go to?
Homer Jenkins and Edward Stockman.
Edward Stockman. Homer Jenkins. Now, your present address, though, is 1422 Timberlake.
No, 1422 Shady Brook.
Shady Brook. Okay.
Shady Brook.
Timberlake's out there and Shady Brook's over there.
Yes.
Okay. So you're 1422 Shady Brook. How long have you been here at this address?
We moved here in 88.
1988. Well, you just gave me a tour of the house here. It's a beautiful house. Now, what was your occupation? Are you retired now?
I'm a retired school administrator.
Okay. Where did you administrate?
I was in Jackson, Ohio. I was in vocational education. I was in Jackson, Ohio Manpower Training Center, and then I was in Eastland JVS in Columbus, and then out here at South County JVS.
Okay. Now, how much is education? Do you have your bachelor's?
I have a master's degree.
Okay. Where did you get your master's?
In Cincinnati.
Okay.
University of Cincinnati.
Where did you get your bachelor's degree?
And part of it in DeVry Technical Institute, and the rest of it in the University of Cincinnati.
Okay. When did you graduate from the University of Cincinnati?
Oh, golly, Ned, it was in the late 60s.
Okay.
My master's.
Okay. Now, you are married, and your wife's name is?
Thelma
Bolden. And you have how many children?
3.
And what are their names?
Dan, Terry, and Fred.
Okay. Now, let's kind of go in the opposite direction here. And what were your parents' names?
Well, my father's name was Fred. Hugh Frederick.
What was the first?
Hugh Frederick. Hugh Frederick. And my mother's name was Goldie.
Okay. Do you know her maiden name?
Young.
Her name was Young.
Okay.
Now, were they originally from the Duck Run area?
From McDermott area.
Okay. Now, do you know your grandparents, your parents of your father? Do you know who they were?
No.
Their names.
Okay. My father's name was John. I think it was John. And my mother's parents were David Young and Bertha Young.
Bertha, okay. Now, is it possible for you to go back even further than that?
I don't think so.
You didn't know there'd be a test, did you?
No, I didn't know there'd be a quiz on it.
Now, as far as Thelma is concerned, what are her parents' names?
Yeah. Coy McGlone.
Coy
McGlone.
Okay.
And Thelma. There she goes.
She's out.
Oh, yeah.
Getting ready for the flea market tomorrow. Okay. Well, maybe we can ask her later. The reason I ask is I know that people
it goes
are
back to
interested
the family tree.
Yeah. Okay. We've gone forward now. You've got Dan. And Dan's married.
Yes.
Okay. Does he have any children?
He has one.
Luke. Okay. And how old is Luke?
Luke is 26.
Is he married?
No.
Okay. Does he have any children?
No.
Okay. And they live in
Phoenix, Arizona.
Dan, Luke lives in
Luke
Phoenix.
lives in Arizona. Dan lives in the Pocono Mountains in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania.
He's an artist, you said.
Yes, he's an
You saw
artist.
some of his work. Now, your daughter's name is
Terry Lynn.
Terry Lynn. Does she have any children?
No.
Okay. Now, and your other son's name is
It's Howard Frederick, as we call him Fred.
Godfrey.
And he has one child,
What's that child?
Sean, S-E-A-N, Sean.
Okay. And how old is Sean?
Sean is 18.
Okay. I assume he's not married and has no children.
No, he just graduates this year.
Okay. Okay, let me ask you this about your military then. Were you in the Army, Navy, Air Force?
Army.
You were in the Army. When did you go in?
In 44,
Remember the date?
September the 22nd.
September 22nd, 1944. Did you enlist? Were you drafted?
I was drafted.
Okay, and where did you go for your basic training?
Camp Joseph T. Robinson, Arkansas.
Okay. Now, when you were discharged, what was your rank?
Technician, 5th grade.
Okay. And you were discharged when? When was the date?
That was in July of 46.
Okay. I don't know if did they call it MOS back then? What was your military occupational specialty? In other words, what did you do?
Well, during the war, our combat part, I was a automatic rifleman.
Okay.
And that was my T rating.
Is that T rating?
That's a T rating. It's a technical rating.
Okay.
And then after the war was over, we went into occupation, and I became a cook.
You were a cook. From a rifleman to a cook.
Rifleman to a cook.
Okay. Do you still cook?
No, I don't know. Not very much.
Okay.
I taught it for a while in the Army.
Did you? You taught cooking?
After I got home from overseas, yeah.
Okay. Now you did in Arkansas where you did your basic.
Yes.
Okay. And then where did you go after that?
I went to Europe.
Maybe will she be able to get that phone?
Yeah, she'll get that.
Okay. And then did you go right to France or England? Or?
We went across on Queen Elizabeth, zigzagged across and went into Scotland. Came out of Scotland on a train all the way to Southampton, England, and then we took a LCI across over into Le Havre, France.
Okay, I see. Now this would be when, in December or January?
That was it was in February of 45.
Okay, so the Battle of the Bulge was over.
Yeah, Battle of the Bulge was over.
Kind of going into, who did you join up with?
Well, we joined up with the 106th Infantry Division. That was the infantry division that was wiped out in the Battle of the Bulge.
Right.
We filled up the division again.
Okay.
Reactivated that division.
Okay. And where did you join them? Do you remember the town or?
It was over here.
Okay.
We became 106th Infantry here.
Oh, okay.
But then we went straight over there, and we landed in Le Havre, and of course the war was over. There was no fighting in Le Havre when we got in there, but it was terrible. You couldn't walk on the streets by yourself.
Why?
The French killed American soldiers.
They did?
Yes.
Why did they do that?
Well, because of the way we tore up Le Havre.
The bombing?
The bombing during the invasion.
Okay.
So we was only there 2 weeks, and then we went into a little town called Cherbourg, which was occupied by a stray German army. What do they call it?
SS?
SS.
Panzer?
No, it was one of the elite groups. But we took that over. And one of the things that really I don't think I'll ever forget is they take you up so far in trucks, and you walk the rest of the way. Well,
it's about getting up to the front.
well, as we was going up, ambulance was bringing the wounded back, and 18-year-old scared to death. We were all 18-year-old boys, you know. And we got in there, and we was there for a couple of weeks, and they finally surrendered, and we pulled out of there.
That was Cherbourg?
Cherbourg.
Cherbourg.
Cherbourg. My son bought Borg. I always know Cherbourg. And Then we went to a little area called, a little country called Heidelberg.
Heidelberg is in Germany. Where I know there is a Heidelberg.
There's a Heidelberg, but I mean that's a little country.
Luxembourg. Yeah.
Luxembourg. We went into Luxembourg. Done a little cleanup mess there. And then
what do you mean when you say cleanup?
Well, there was a little resistance, a little bit of resistance. It wasn't much, but we just more or less scared them into giving up.
Okay.
And from there we went to Koblenz, Germany.
Oh yeah.
There was an area there that had a big ammunition dump, and we was there about 3 weeks. We cleaned that all out, and then we went down to war was over then. The war just ended then, and we went on down to occupy a little town called Settrum, Germany.
You know, it's just ironic that we're talking about this. This is May 10th. And they surrendered on the 7th in May, and the war was declared over on the 8th.
Yeah.
Just a few days ago, many years back. But that's when it happened.
Yeah.
Okay. So you went to Koblenz. Cleaned that out.
We cleaned up. It was an ammunition dump. And we got that all taken up, wrote up a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And then the war, of course, the war was over. The war was over when we were there in Koblenz.
Did you expect to eventually get shipped to Japan?
Yes. How do you know that?
I
was trained for jungle warfare.
I've read a few books, and I know that after the war was over in Europe, there was a feeling that many of the troops were going to end up going to Japan.
Yeah,
and you were one of them.
I was scheduled to go to Japan, but I was lucky. Our outfit started. Most of my people, they had to take 4 cavalrymen out of the battalion to take care of high pointers, bringing high point men back.
Oh, I see.
And here I had 20-some points, and here I was bringing back. I was a cavalryman for people with 70 and 80 points.
Oh, really? You had 20.
I had 27 points. I think 25, 26. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But I was very fortunate. My outfit went to Japan.
They did go to Japan.
Yeah, they flew them out and flew them to Japan. Well, they didn't go into Japan now. The war was still going on. They were someplace in the Japan theater.
They were there to prepare for the invasion.
Yeah, they were there. That's what they were doing.
Okay.
We always said they flew over the hump over there in New York.
Did they go? Did they come back to the United States first, or did they go?
No, they went straight there.
Oh, right. Okay. Let me ask you this then. When did you leave Europe? When did you personally leave?
It was probably in the fall of 45.
Okay.
I was only overseas 7 months, 7 or 8 months.
Part of that was occupation, wasn't it?
Yeah, some of us. See, I'm just a few days before it ended.
Right.
We only
Your division, after they landed, they didn't see much combat.
No, we didn't see hardly any combat. Just as mop-up areas was right all we done there. We didn't do much fighting then.
When you were in Koblenz, when you say you did occupation, did you have to guard?
No. We didn't do any occupation in Koblenz.
Okay.
No, that was where the ammunition dump was. We cleaned that out. There was a little opposition there. Of course, they were all dug in there. It wasn't hard to take care of. And then we just blowed it all up, and then the war was over. Then we went down there. We were scheduled to occupy a little town called Settrum, Germany. Settrum. And we stayed there about a couple 3 months, and then I was shipped off.
What was that like down in Settrum, Germany?
Oh, the German people were real nice.
Were they?
Oh yeah, real nice.
They didn't have any animosity or anything?
No, I had several of them working for me.
In your bacon as cook?
As a cook. I cooked we cooked for everybody. Of course, they done medial work, like washing dishes and stuff like that. They didn't do the cooking. But they were all real nice.
Okay. Did you have any bad experiences at all with any of the Germans then?
No, I didn't have any problem with any of them.
Mostly the Frenchmen, huh?
The Frenchmen was the worst ones.
Okay.
And of course, I was disappointed in England,
Were you?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I'd never seen a mixed race before.
Oh, really?
And that's where I saw my first Nick race situation. And I was a little
naive.
But, I was a young boy. I didn't think, unfortunately, there, you never had anything like that around here.
Right.
But it was disappointment.
Well, did you go, what was the name of that little town you were in?
Zetron.
Have you ever been back to any place?
I'd love to go back. No, I've never been back, but I'd love to go back. Just take the route that I took.
Right. I think that.
We went so fast.
Oh, did you?
Oh, we went fast. We always went 3 days going across the Atlantic.
Really? That's a pretty fast boat.
We zigzagged across, and we only had one incident with a U-boat, and we outrun him.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Must have been an old U-boat. That's great.
We outrun him, and Queen Elizabeth moved fast. It was a big ship.
How many troops on that ship?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Thousands.
Thousands of them. I was a guard on the WAC quarters.
Oh, that's a good place.
Yeah, but I was at the door. I wouldn't have no mail went in unless they had a pass.
How many had a pass?
Not very many. I had one second lieutenant one time. I remember that. He gave me a rough time.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't have a pass, but
he didn't have a pass, but he was going to win anyway. I said, no, you don't. I talked him down.
You could have told your boss about that, I'm sure. You got no. But
he had to file charges against me. I would have, but
yeah,
he didn't. He knew he was wrong.
In Germany, was that close to any concentration camps or anything like that?
I saw two. I forget the name of them. Where they what do they call it? They burn them up.
Crematorium.
They crematorium for. They were still there, but they wasn't anything there. It was all tore out.
Stuff. Yeah. Okay.
And then I've seen a lot of barbed wire fences and stuff like that. But yeah, I never. Like the war was over, everybody was free by the time I got in there. So, that's one of the first things they done. Free the prisoners.
Did you bring home any souvenirs?
No,
I didn't get yourself a Luger? Or
well, I have. No, I take it back. I did bring a German Browning automatic.
A German Browning?
Chrome-plated. It was an officer's gun.
A Browning automatic? What happened to that?
My brother-in-law wanted it so bad, so I finally gave it to him, and I don't want it right now. He just begged me for it, so I gave it to him.
Okay. Well, now after you, how did you get back? Did you come on another boat?
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, that was a terrible trip.
What was that?
When we walked up to get on the boat to come home, or the ship, the USS Westport was here, and this little Dutch freighter was over here. I was in this line. So I came back on the Dutch freighter. Yeah. I went over in style. I thought I was going to come back in style when I came back.
In a Dutch freighter.
On a Dutch freighter.
I hadn't noticed something.
And it was a storm. We was delayed 2 weeks coming home because of the storm at sea. And there was still a storm at sea when we come home because it's up and down like that. There was a Dutch freighter get up on those waves and shake. It was amazing. I think all day, all time. For 9 days to come home.
3 days over and 9 back. Yeah. Well, how many troops on that ship would you say? Probably not quite as many.
Well, no, not half as many as was on the Queen Elizabeth. I don't know the number.
Did you land in New York? What happened then after you got there?
Well, we went. I was shipped. I was on a 40-day recuperation furlough.
What did that mean? You came home?
I came home and then I got a furlough, and they called it a recuperation furlough, and to get rest a little bit and everything. And we came back, and I'm here. I was here 40-some days, 30-some days, and then I went to. My orders called me to go to a little town called Camp Chaffee, Arkansas.
Chaffee,
Texas.
I
think it was in Texas.
Well, Oklahoma was it?
No, that was out there. I think it was Texas.
All right.
I don't know whether Camp Chaffee or not, but anyway, it was. They had lost my records. I didn't have any records, so I just fooled around, and finally I shipped. I asked the CO what was I going to do, and he said, "Well, we have to try to find your records." I said, "Well, how about shipping me closer to home?" So he said, "Well, I can do that." So he shipped me to Camp Campbell, Kentucky.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I went there, and they still didn't have any records.
Okay.
So I didn't do any jobs. I was a mail clerk, and I was a little bit of everything, company clerk, and then orders came in one day. They needed the cook instructor at Fort Knox.
Oh.
So I asked the CO, I said, can I go there? And he said, well, can you cook? I said, well, I've been doing a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, okay. So I went there, and I worked there for 2 months.
At Fort Knox? Okay.
Then I got discharged.
You discharged out of Fort Knox?
No, I went back to Camp Campbell, Kentucky. Then they found my records, and they paid me off. And then I went to Indianapolis, Indiana for discharge.
Oh, is that right? Okay. That'd been Fort Benjamin Harrison.
Yeah, I think that's the name of it.
Mm-hmm. Now, how long were you in the service? You were there about a year?
A year and 9 or 10 months.
Okay. Now, after you got back from overseas, got back from Europe, you landed in New York. You didn't come straight home, did you? Or did you spend a little time in New York?
No. Okay. I was shipped right out of there to Indiantown Gap.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where I got my papers to go home, and everybody went their own way, you know.
Okay. There's not much at Indiantown Gap, was
No, there wasn't much. It was just a place to sit down. That's where I went when I went overseas. I went in from there, and then I went to the ship. And then when I come back, I went from the ship back to there, and then got a train home.
Now, you were a young enlisted man. Were you married at that time?
I got married just before I went overseas.
Oh, did you? Okay.
On the way over.
All right. And was that the Thelma? Or?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you came back, and did you have a child or anything? Right
no.
Well,
when I got discharged on the, that's when Dan was
born?
He was put together.
All right. Put together. Now, when you came home and did the first thing that you saw Thelma for the first time after, what was that meeting like?
Oh, great.
I'll bet it was.
Yeah, we got a little apartment down on Robson Avenue.
Oh, really?
A 3-room apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And we stayed there for my 30 days was up, and then I went back to the military.
Okay. Now, when you got out, did you decide to go into education right away, or what did you do when you got out?
No, I had a job in Akron, Ohio. Before I went in, I was working up there, and
what were you doing up there?
I was Watson's vulcanizer tender. I was in the experimental room. That's what I worked in.
Okay. What would that be like?
Firestone Tire.
Firestone.
Yeah, I worked on the experimental of the butyl tubes for the military.
Oh, I see.
Synthetic rubber.
Okay.
But Thelma didn't want to go back. Didn't want to leave town. She wanted to stay here, so I got a job with manufacturing.
At Williams. How long were you there?
I was there about 18 years.
Really? Did you retire out of there, or was it shut down?
I went into education.
Okay.
No, I didn't. I wasn't there 18 years. No. I went into. I was there probably about 10 or 12 years.
Let's see.
Then I went into education then. Mm-hmm. And then I went back to college and had to get all the work done and everything while I worked. I did it all part-time.
Okay. Well, now, did you like the military, or?
No, I didn't have any problem with it.
Didn't have any problem with it? Okay. All right. What's the?
It's good discipline.
Okay. What's the worst thing that ever happened to you in the Army?
Well, I think the worst time I was more scared than anything else when I was walking up that peninsula there in France.
Oh, really?
The ambulance was bringing them out, and we were going in.
Oh, okay. You saw those guys coming back. That was made you think, didn't it?
They sure did. Am I going to be one of them?
Yeah. But did you have any decorations or anything from them?
Oh, I got all kinds of good conduct, good rifleman, expert rifleman.
Overseas medals and all that?
Yeah, I got all that.
Okay.
You need everything. I can get them off of this job.
No, that's okay. Now, have you kept in touch with anybody since you got out? Anybody?
No, all my old buddies they all went to the Japan area, and a few people we met here down in Camp Campbell, Kentucky. They were just from different parts of the country. We never did see them again.
Have you ever gone to any reunions or anything?
No.
Does the 106 have reunions, or do you?
I saw in the Legion magazine where they had a Legion a group. It wasn't our battalion. I was in the 423rd Infantry Battalion. There was another battalion had it. So, but it is still, well, it deactivated. It deactivated.
Okay.
At the moment, it's
Okay.
good outfit.
Were you in any veterans organizations when you came back, like the VFW?
No, I belong to VFW, American Legion.
Okay. Well, do you have anything else you'd like to say? Do you have any tattoos you want to talk about or anything like that?
No, I don't believe that.
You're an Army boy and you don't have any tattoos?
No, I don't have any tattoos.
Okay. Well, then I guess that's about all. Maybe get Thelma in here. Let me get her picture on this, okay?
Let me do that.
Yeah. We'll make a movie star out of her.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this on pause for right now.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Well, I don't know. Just stand there and look pretty.
Just stand there and look pretty.
I'll stand here.
Okay. Hey, I remember what I wanted to ask you. What were your parents' names?
Nellie and Coy McGlone.
Nellie and Coy. What were Coy's parents' names?
Noah
Noah.
and
Noah's his dad.
and Grandma Rosie Mercy. I can't believe it. She should have told me.
You didn't know there was going to be a test either, did you?
Rhoda.
Rhoda. Okay. Now those are your fathers. Okay. Do you remember their parents' names? Rhoda's parents' names.
Yeah.
Where were they from?
Kentucky.
They were off where?
Right, just on Grassy, across the river.
Okay. Okay.
Can't you tell that my parents...
Yes, I can. Yes, I can tell. Okay. Do you remember their parents' names? Do you have this all written down somewhere?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just tell me where it is. So somebody can see this. They can go right to it then and see their lineage. Where do you have it all written down?
I have it all. I already started keeping a tree.
Okay, great.
It's over here in this basket where I do put all my important letters on.
Excellent, excellent.
No.
What were your mother's parents' names?
Annie and Edward.
Annie and Edward. Now, where were they from?
Kentucky?
Of course, we're all Kentuckians.
All of my roots are Kentucky.
Okay, great. Well, do you have anything you'd like to say, Thelma, about your soldier man here?
Well, did he tell you we just got married?
Yeah, right, he had to leave.
I cried a lot of tears.
Did you?
But he got home safe.
But he came home safe, and you got this apartment down on Robinson, didn't you?
Yeah.
See, I know about you. Now, what did you do? You went to work in various what?
Well, I just worked everywhere when I followed him around when he went overseas.
Okay. And then after you got back, you started making a family and then having a career?
Yeah. No career. Well, the career later. Real estate later, after my kids went to school.
When did you do the real estate thing?
I started in 79.
69.
69.
You've been successful in that, haven't you?
Yes.
Have you not? Okay.
It was fun.
Did you have your own agency?
Now, I'm a broker now, but I'm
Okay.
trying to get out of it.
Oh, are you? Okay.
But I was a broker. I was with Bob Summers.
Oh, that's right.
And then I became a broker myself.
Okay.
Broker about 20-some years.
A broker how long? 20-some years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you became a broker in the 70s.
Okay.
74 is about
74. She was a broker in 74.
And
I loved it.
you did?
But I could still be home when my kids were home in the evening because they were all in school then.
Where's your shop now? Do you have a shop?
No, I moved back in my dress and my file cabinets and things are just in the garage. I'm trying to get out.
Okay. Do you have any agents with you now? That work under
my
you?
daughter, my husband, my son.
Okay.
And one up the road, Ed Miner's wife.
Okay. I guess that's about all. You showed me your house. It's a beautiful house. And do you have anything you'd like to say? We're going to put you in the library here, too.
Well,
Okay, you're on tape 22.
I just am happy with my husband, happy with my children.
Happy with your
They're
life?
the most important things.
Okay,
My
good.
family.